When we left off, I had jumped ship for a 10-day offshore delivery on our friend Joe's Malo 42, bashing through infamous Cape Mendocino all the way up to Washington. Upon arrival, I hopped on a plane to get back to Gemini and my crew, who were hard at work with many boat projects at hand. After a whirlwind of projects, we set off for a magical 35 days of sailing to the Channel Islands in Southern California, putting our upgrades to the test in the most beautiful and remote anchorages California has to offer. We experienced the incredible wildlife above and below the waterline, live off the sea, and even make it down to Catalina Island for some fun with friends. We've got tons of amazing footage from this trip, but that will have to wait. We want to bring you guys up to date with our current sailing adventures. Before we knew it, we were sailing back up to San Francisco to prepare for the real departure, setting off as full-time cruisers. But first, we had many things to accomplish before leaving the comforts of dock life. These are just some of the items we tackled in the 6 months before untying the lines. Sew Dodger side panels for more wind and rain protection, repair a faulty transmission plate, sail with friends whenever possible, add more solar, and upgrade our batteries. We sold our sailing dinghy, bought a new autopilot, some sweet dinghy wheels, rebuilt the head, emptied our old dock box, upgraded our emergency kit, and even found time to attend a mariner's first aid course. We loved our new solar arch and davits so much that we installed the same system on 2 client boats. And in between all these projects, we did our very best to enjoy the perks of life afloat in San Francisco Bay, sailing as much as we possibly could. Oh yeah, and Jack popped a very special question on our 7th year anniversary. I've never seen him so eager to go to shore for a hike. I should have known something was up. Before we knew it, our departure date was just days away. We packed the boat with extra provisions, handed our van over to my parents to take care of, and had some of our favorite people by the dock to bid us fair winds on this next big adventure. Here we go, last provision before we set sail. The countdown is on. We are now borrowing our neighbor's truck. Thank you, Brian and Amanda, you guys rock. And we're gonna go load up on the last couple items we needed from West Marine, and then we're gonna hit Berkeley Bowl for some groceries. Going into Berkeley Bowl. Last time. We knew we wouldn't have access to such an incredible grocery store on our travels, so we stocked up on all of our favorite Berkeley Bowl items.
We are leaving tomorrow, and we're gonna make some meal prep today. Wrap up some breakfast burritos. We have them ready for our trip. Easy to just throw in the oven and heat up and have a nice, warm, hearty meal. Got a little bit of fruit we're gonna cut up for smoothies. It's easier if we cut it up all ahead of time, put it in the freezer, and then we can pull it out for smoothies. Our friends Shane and Ira came by last night, which was really nice. They had cookies that they baked for us, so we told them to come on by and have some dinner with us, which was great. A little impromptu going away dinner. We're gonna spend tomorrow night at Horseshoe Bay, which is one of our favorite anchorages in the bay, right by the Golden Gate Bridge. We'll probably sneak out and go up to Drake's Bay Friday morning, and then see what the weather does for us. Yeah, we're so excited. It feels so crazy to be doing this. Finally, we're ready. The boat's been ready for a while. She's been like itching to get out and go. Cape Mendocino is going to be the hardest spot to get around. When I did that delivery north, it was really gnarly going around Cape Mendocino. So we'd rather avoid that if we can. Okay, we've turned in our keys.
That's it.
That's it. Last entry to the marina. How do you feel?
Anxious, ready to go.
Yeah.
With our whole world packed away on board, we said goodbye to our dock neighbors and untied the dock lines one last time.
Heart's racing.
I know. Adios. Goodbye, A-Dock. We're gonna miss you. Fathom, we're leaving. How do you feel? You don't even know what's coming for you. And we are off. Goodbye, Emeryville Marina. 7 years in the making, and here we go. Pretty crazy. Last time out the Marina Channel. First stop, Horseshoe Bay. Made it to Horseshoe Bay, our first little pit stop of the trip north. Fathom is keeping an eye on the birds. This marked the beginning of our cruising life, pointing our bow north to circumnavigate Vancouver Island for the summer before sailing south to Mexico and beyond. Well, we were hoping to leave the bay today. This morning we woke up at 6-ish a.m., checked our forecasts, and decided that it was still really nasty outside the gate, and we decided to stay another day in Horseshoe Bay. It was not really what we wanted to do because we really want to get going on our trip, but it's the prudent thing to do because Mother Nature is always the dictator of anything we do around here on the boat. So instead, Jack finished splicing a new anchor bridle for us. I got some work done because I still have cell phone reception and might as well get ahead. And now I am making some dinner. One request when we had our going away party was that our friends and loved ones bring us their favorite recipes. And our neighbors, Brian and Amanda, compiled some of their favorite cruising recipes in this cute little book to keep us well fed on our voyages. So I am making the first recipe out of this book, which is a Portuguese kale soup. It's got beans and kale and sausage and potato and a bunch of stuff that we have on board. So I figured why not make that, have a little bit of extra for the passage. Hopefully we're gonna be heading up to at least to Drake's Bay by tomorrow. I've got a view of the Golden Gate Bridge through the window here. Can't get better than that. All right, it is 6:30 and we are prepping to give it a shot leaving Horseshoe Bay. It's supposed to be a lot calmer than it has been in the last couple days, so we'll see. But we're trying to get to Drake's Bay today, so it's only about 30 miles. I think we can make that. We felt strangely calm leaving the anchorage. All the nerves and stresses we had felt in preparation to set sail strangely melted away as we passed under the Golden Gate. We had been preparing ourselves and our boat for over 7 years, dreaming of this day. And now it was here. Well, we are entering Drake's Bay, and maybe about 5 miles out it started to get windy. We've now got over 15 knots. But the seas are still pretty flat. It almost like flattened out more having the wind pick up, which is kind of interesting. We're gonna anchor here for the day and then pick up anchor like middle of the night or early morning and start the trek north because we should get a nice weather window around Cape Mendocino. We just had a whale breach right as we were entering the bay. It breached like 4 or 5 times right behind us here. So that was pretty sweet. All is well so far. Feels really great to be out here doing the thing and actually making progress north. So little by little. Sleepy girl just woke up from her 5th nap of the morning. And she's back down. Finally at 15 feet here. Okay. We had an early night in preparation for a midnight departure from Drakes Bay. Leaving from Drakes Bay, heading towards our destination of Crescent City. It's very, very bumpy out here. We've got like a steady 18 knots, but it's right on our nose, and it's just bumpy, confused sea state. The waves don't know which way to go. Every time we hit a big wave, we go down to about 2 knots, which is kind of disheartening. But then we creep back up into the 3s and sometimes into the 4s. The cockpit enclosure that we made has been epic so far. I'm so cozy back here in the cockpit. Much more protected than it was the last time we did an offshore trip on Gemini. Unfortunately, the sea state had gotten worse by daybreak.
I don't know what's worse, being able to see him or not see him. That was a long night. But we'll wait till Sonya wakes up. But I think the weather is the forecast is deteriorated. So I'm guessing we go to Bodega Bay because we've only gone 21 miles in 6 hours. So there's no way we're going to make Mendocino before that little weather window that we were shooting for. But it's okay, we got safe harbor right abeam of us to starboard, so we might as well use it. Okay, we're headed towards Bodega Bay. We're just not making any headway. We'll run out of fuel or miss our weather window or both. So we're gonna wait for a day or two in a quiet harbor. Breaking waves all around me right now. Yeah, I have like 28 crew, and I think these waves are 10 foot at maybe 8 seconds. I don't know, it's hard to tell, but they are pretty large. And when they're cresting like that, it means they're pretty square. But we are going to Bodega Bay. I already said that. Alrighty, adios. Hold on, honey. You know it's gnarly when you get breaking waves and you're looking up at them from the cockpit.
Yeah. Seriously. You know it's been a good night at sea when you've got seaweed on your deck. Coming into Bodega Bay, the guidebook said that some local people go through this little cut when it's nice, but right now there's like serious breaker waves going through there. But we're gonna get to this mark here and then head on into this long skinny channel to get into Spud Point Marina. Join us next time as we hide from the northerly winds in a sleepy fishing town. So we are in Bodega Bay. We are at Spud Point Marina. We explore our new neighborhood and meet the locals at the marina before finding a safe place to set the hook just in time for some major weather. Until next time.
Storm warning in effect from late tonight through late Saturday night.
They're saying 17 foot swells off Point Reyes at 8 seconds. I'm just ready for it not to be blowing 30 knots outside. Just windy as shit.
Yahoo!
Yeah-hoo.
Getting out of Bodega.
Bodega.
Once and for all.